I remember coming in through the front gates and seeing the long stretch, driving into the campus of the entry, and one of the first things that I remembered seeing was the church, and not particularly being fond of that.
For the 10-year-old boy that would become Pastor Ken Nelson, this first view of Epworth Children's Home was not a welcome one.
I was not a big fan of the church or of religion. I was still trying to make some sense of where was God in the midst of the things that I'd experienced.
But for Ken, who ended up at Epworth because of physical and sexual abuse, a relationship with God wasn't what he was needing. It was a feeling of safety and worth that he hadn't felt before.
Growing up in the environment where I did, where you didn't necessarily have any control in your life, what was most important for me at Epworth was the feeling of safety.
But even then, the trust wasn't instant.
The routine of a safe place to be at night, a regular time to know that there would be meals, to know that you would have care. It took a while, but I think having the other students in the cottage and having the house parents who made you feel safe created that kind of space.
Over time, the trust came, not only in friends, but in a man at Epworth that would shape his future.
There was a pastor who at the time sitting down and talking with me on a day-to-day basis about real stuff, about how to build relationships with people. So he didn't just talk about love, he demonstrated love. I had to face a very real challenge. I had a real question. If these people who didn't know me could love me unconditionally, what did that mean?
Ken truly feels that Epworth made the difference in his spiritual awakening.
I am clear within my own mind, if it hadn't been for Epworth, that I wouldn't be a United Methodist pastor now.
Pastor Ken Nelson says his experience at Epworth isn't a unique one.
What I'm confident about, Tyler, is that not every student who comes to Epworth will be a United Methodist pastor, but every student who walks through the doors of this campus will know that they've been loved and cared about by someone, that they have value and sacred worth, and I think that makes all of the difference in helping people to find their way on their journey.